Happening today, a ruling on an explosion lawsuit. What the judge will decide about the deadly blast in Sun Prairie from 7 years ago.
Plus, new developments in the trade war with China as President Trump pushes back the deadline for a deal.
And new requirements for families who get help paying for school lunches.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Tuesday. I'm Prairie Lee.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thank you so much for joining us. Strong storms moving through and knocking out power to thousands of customers in the viewing area. And good news is that they have decreased the number of people affected by the outages. So it looks like they're making progress, getting a lot of those folks back online, though. But as we take a live look here at Alliant Energy's outage map, 1,800 customers are without power this morning. That is down from 3,100, mainly south of the Madison area and just a little to the east, where we saw the strongest of these storms push through just a little bit ago, Savannah.
Yeah, that's where the strong storms currently are, basically just to our northeast. And there is an area that's basically out of Madison's coverage area and affecting the Milwaukee and just areas to the north that does have a current severe thunderstorm warning. But first, want to get to what we're waking up to across Dane County. A lot of heavy rainfall. You see plenty of oranges and even some reds up near north of Wanakee and then the Sun Prairie area. But yeah, we do have one current severe thunderstorm warning that's to our northeast. This line did move through the Madison area, producing a lot of heavy rainfall. We also had some issues with flooding over the weekend. That continues to be a concern because, yeah, we're not out of the woods as far as the heavy rainfall goes yet. But that storm is producing minor hail and then also some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. When we had that move across our area, that was producing 40 to 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So that storm is strengthening as it heads towards Milwaukee. We did pick up an additional about 2 to 2.5 inches of rain just to the south of the city of Madison and parts of southern Dane County. That's where the heaviest rain did track, but additional areas also picked up a lot of rainfall. We'll talk about more that's in the forecast for the afternoon.
It's the last thing a lot of those folks need right now. Thank you, Savannah. Now to continuing coverage of the fallout at the Sun Prairie School District.
The Sun Prairie School Board is facing serious backlash from the community. This latest backlash comes weeks after prosecutors charged former dean of students Robert Gilkey-Meissegeyer with 15 counts related to child sex crimes. More than 24 people packed the school board meeting last night, with many parents and residents calling out district leaders for lack of transparency. Many parents and community members are expressing their frustration.
You need to revisit your priorities as to what you expect your administration to focus on.
The Sun Prairie Area School District is facing backlash.
Not a single staff member has been held accountable. No internal review, no disciplinary action, no transparency.
A criminal complaint says that Gilkey-Meissegeyer had inappropriate relations with a student on campus, exchanged nudes with female students for alcohol. The complaint also accuses staff members of knowing about these accusations before the charges were filed. He is scheduled to appear in court next month. And the board also voted on Operation Excellence, and that's known as OE. This is a review of how the superintendent handles communication with the district and board. The board voted not compliant for both of the reviews.
Happening today, a Dane County judge expected to rule on a lawsuit stemming from the deadly 2018 explosion in Sun Prairie. That blast killed firefighter Corey Barr and injured 2 others during a response to a gas leak. It also destroyed multiple homes and businesses, displacing dozens. The specific cause of the explosion, though, was never officially determined. This lawsuit claims that the companies involved failed to locate the gas line.
The U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board says Didion Milling has failed to implement crucial safety recommendations. These recommendations came after a 2017 explosion at Didion's Cambria corn mill that killed 5 workers. The CSB issued 9 recommendations. To date, officials say none have been fully carried out. They also say Didion is not adequately responding to requests for updates, and so far we have not heard from Didion on this issue. Right now, Richland Center authorities are asking for your help in finding a missing man. The Richland County Sheriff's Office says 43-year-old Joshua Clark was last seen last Friday at his home on County Highway C between Hub City and Yuba. Clark is 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighs 155 pounds, and has red hair and brown eyes. Officials say Clark could be traveling on foot or by car. If you have any information, you are asked to call Richland County Sheriff's Office, and you can do so at the number on your screen.
If you buy products labeled Made in China, today's trade news might apply to your wallet. Tariff rates on those goods are going to remain the same for now. That's despite a deadline that was set for today. China and the U.S. have pushed back that deadline for another 90 days now. An executive order by President Trump keeps the U.S. rate for China at 30%. That's opposed to letting it rise to 54%. China confirmed that their duties on U.S. imports will stay at 10% instead of 34%. Let's see how the markets across the world are reacting to all of this news this morning. Well, on Wall Street, everything is pretty much flat from Friday's close, and overseas, Asian markets are up, including stocks in Tokyo, which are up more than 2% this morning.
More families across the state may now qualify for free or reduced priced school lunches this year. Under the new requirements, 4-person households must earn between just shy of $42,000 and $59,500 to qualify for reduced meals. Families of 4 eligible for free lunch must now make under $41,795 to qualify. Now, some households under certain programs may already be eligible, and we'll have that list on our website, channel3000.com.
6:05 now. You have just a few days left, folks, to donate to our back-to-school supply drive. We're working with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County to stuff the bus and make sure as many kids as possible are ready for the school year. So drop off those school supplies at any Walgreens or Boys and Girls Club location in Dane County. You can also donate through our Amazon wish list. Find that at this story at channel3000.com. Friday is the last day to donate.
Parts of southeastern Wisconsin now under a state of emergency after historic flash flooding swept through the Milwaukee area. Governor Tony Evers announced his decision while touring some of the hardest hit areas. It comes as emergency crews and the Wisconsin Emergency Management continue to pour in on the city and assess the damage and provide rescue efforts when needed. Governor Evers told reporters he was amazed at the response of first responders.
It's extraordinary, but again, Wisconsinites do such a great job when it comes to situations like this, whether it's any of the emergency management people, the National Guard, the local police, the local firefighters. It's significant.
Officials with the Dane County Emergency Management have also headed to Milwaukee to provide assistance to the first responders on the ground.
All right, 6:07 now. Checking in with Savannah Brito and what's coming up in your First Warn forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. Still a busy radar at this point in time for the city of Madison and most of northeastern Dane County. We're still experiencing a lot of that heavy rainfall that still could lead to flooding, and we already got a lot of heavy rainfall over the weekend. So flooding will be a concern through today. We're not out of the woods yet. Still more storms that's going to affect the afternoon and then into the evening too. We have a line of showers and storms that's actually strengthening for the Milwaukee area. That's out of the Madison coverage area right now, but still seeing a lot of heavy rainfall, some lightning and some thunder as well as gusty winds. We'll recap what we've seen so far over the last couple of hours, how much rainfall we've had and how much more is to come through the rest of your Tuesday.
All right, thanks, Savannah. A former Badger getting the chance to play on Lambeau Field. How he's feeling ahead of the season when we return.
And we're live for Madison Black Restaurant Week this morning. I'll share how you can support local businesses right now in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
And we're back at 6:11 on your Tuesday morning in the 608. Black Restaurant Week is underway, and we're featuring one of the local businesses taking part.
Josh Spider is live in Madison with their story. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you two. Yeah, we're live on the Near East Side on Atwood this morning, and we've got a great feature for you as we are featuring Madison Black Restaurant Week this week. We've got Awa and Sharon joining us this morning. Awa, I want to start with you. Tell us about your restaurant.
So Liderista Awa is a West African restaurant located in here in Atwood at 2045 Atwood Avenue. We've been in business for about 7 years this month, and now this is our first year in the restaurant, like in this space right now.
Oh my gosh, so how special is this for you to be in this location for this week?
It is amazing, and because of that, we ask for everyone to come out and support us because we're here for the community and we love the Atwood community altogether. We ask for everyone who's maybe like on the west side to just take the trip down this week. What better than to support us for Black Restaurant Week?
Oh, absolutely. So what kinds of things do you have on your menu? What can people expect here?
Okay, I have a stew. It's a chicken stew. It's called Kejeno. It's straight from the Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, where I'm from. So I want to display a lot of my culture this week. So we're doing that. It's a special with achike. And there's also a beef skewer meal that also is going to be on the menu with plantain and some little handhelds.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. All right, Sharon, so this is a big week because you guys are celebrating 10 years for Madison Black Restaurant Week. That is a big milestone.
It's a huge milestone. This campaign started back in 2016, and there were only 12 participants. This year, 10 years later, we have 55 participants in this campaign, and it's really a testament to the strength of the entrepreneurs and the restaurateurs and the eateries that we have in our area, as well as the hunger that the Madison foodie community has for diverse flavors.
You know, to think about just how much you guys have grown over the years, that's pretty significant. And why is it important for people to come out and support these businesses right now?
You know, the bottom line is that this campaign is about economic empowerment. While Madison Black Restaurant Week offers a taste for more than 35 food businesses, the real win is the feast that happens when we drive business to these hardworking Black entrepreneurs and restaurateurs and chefs who are infusing our communities with flavor, with culture, and with raison d'etre.
You know, and this is going to be an opportunity for folks to maybe try something new. Awa, you know, you're going to be cooking something up for us for our next segment. What can people expect here in about 30 minutes?
What I'm going to showcase is the pastel. So we're having the beef flavored chicken and fish, and I'll also show you my stew.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for having us here. We appreciate it. If you'd like to learn more about Madison Black Restaurant Week, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com. I have a link to all of the participants so you can get out and support local all this week, guys.
Can't wait to see what she cooks up. Josh, thank you. You know, Josh is always seeing what's going on in the 608. Got an idea for him? Reach out and let him know about it. All right, we're following some breaking news this morning as power outages are getting cleared up in the viewing area. We had about 3,000 customers that were in the dark this morning. All of them pretty much Alliant Energy customers. Some in the Beloit area, a lot in the Lake Koshkonong area that are still without power this morning. But, you know, Savannah, what I think maybe the bigger story here is all of the rain that this system is dumping on the viewing area. I mean, a lot of these communities are already waterlogged and soaked. And some of the numbers that you're showing from the rainfall totals is not what folks want to see this morning.
Exactly. Maybe when we were in drought situations, but no one's even abnormally dry, and we had a lot of issues with flooding over the weekend, and that continues to be the case this morning. A lot of Dane County waking up with moderate to heavy showers, and a lot of southern Wisconsin is the Lone Rock area, south of the Dells, Fond du Lac, Watertown, Janesville. The strongest storms, though, are pushing off towards Milwaukee and even to our northeast, so those are not affecting us right now. But those areas that dealt with flooding, the most severe flooding over the weekend, are seeing that strong rain and heavy rain push through right now. So as far as Dane County goes, the heaviest rain did track across southern Dane County just south of the city of Madison. We got almost 3 inches of rainfall in a short period of time. Grant County saw in the Platteville area about an inch of rain. That includes all of this blue that stretches south of Lone Rock across most of Dane County, the Monroe area, Janesville, Watertown. But then you go further north and there's much less rain, only a few tenths of an inch up near Wisconsin Dells. And then Camp Douglas and La Crosse have stayed dry. We're still going to see additional showers and storms through the late morning and even into lunchtime. I think we'll see a second round later this afternoon as the cold front kind of inches closer to us, and those could produce some strong winds and definitely pockets of heavy rain. So we haven't seen strong wind gusts across most of the area, but Monroe 40 miles per hour, 38 in Janesville. up to 46 in Milwaukee. Those were from the storms that did just push through. So those were on the stronger side as they entered across Dane County, producing up to 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and now stronger than that, enough for the National Weather Service office in Milwaukee to issue that severe thunderstorm warning. But yeah, we're going to be close to the 80-degree mark and then see additional showers later this afternoon. This is pushing about lunchtime. I do think most of those showers are going to be a little bit more heavy and widespread to the south across Rock and Walworth County, and then a few stray showers across Dane County. That'll continue into the afternoon, later in the afternoon, and then into the evening before we finally see clouds move out of here, and we'll wake up to quiet weather tomorrow morning with lows dropping to about 60. Tomorrow expecting a lot of sunshine with highs that get close to 80. So flooding is still going to be a concern as we go through the rest of the day, and then we're finally drying up for a couple of days before more showers and storms move in for this upcoming weekend.
All right, Savannah, busy this morning. Thank you. Well, when you think of American football players, you may be thinking of people who have played football growing up. However, as Jason Willie shows us, the Packers may soon be changing how we think.
Good morning, everybody from Lambeau Field. It's Jason Wilde. If you watched the Packers opener against the New York Jets, there weren't many good things to see on Saturday night, but one encouraging thing was Mark McNamee. You may be wondering, who is that? He is the Irish kicker who has arrived, and he is not going to be the Packers kicker this season. He is part of the International Player Pathway Program from Ireland. He ran into some major visa issues on his way into the United States, had to go back to get those rectified, but now he is here. He kicked in practice on Monday, and he's going to take some of the workload off Brandon McManus throughout camp, be on the practice squad throughout this season, and we'll see where it might lead for their Irish import. But it's an intriguing story. A former soccer player who had never played American football until he went to a combine and had an opportunity to show what he could do. We'll be watching him and writing about him and everything else when it comes to the Packers on channel3000.com, where you can find all of our coverage for free. And while you're there, don't forget to sign up for our daily Packers newsletter, which brings you our coverage every day directly to your inbox. We'll see you next time.
All right, lots of Packers news for us. But still ahead, we'll have everything that's trending this morning.
Also ahead, a dramatic rescue unfolds as crews continue to clean up from flooding. How it unfolded just ahead.
And before we head to break, let's take a look at those gas prices this morning. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Here's what's trending this morning. For all you Swifties out there, Taylor Swift has announced her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. So she announced the album on her website shortly after a countdown this morning at 12:12. Apparently the whole website crashed after this happened. Imagine that. Yeah. So there's been no release date announced just yet, but her site says vinyl editions of the album would ship before October 13th. I also saw she had cassette tape and also CD, so she's throwing it back for you. Cool. Giving you all the options. So she released this news as part of a sneak peek for her upcoming appearance on New Heights, which is a podcast hosted by her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, and his brother Jason. So that episode releases tomorrow, so fans are hoping they'll have some more details by then.
Okay. Some vinyl, cassettes, CDs is like, maybe this is part of the push to, get more like physical things into people's hands, because that's been a trend recently. People, they want to own the music. They want to have something that they can actually touch and hold. So
yes, and National Vinyl Day is today. So there you go. Yeah, right on time. I don't own a record player, so I cannot say I've listened to any vinyl. Do you?
No, it's one of those things that would be like cool to have. Like I'd like to have an old record player around and have a cool collection of vinyl, but I do not. Maybe someday.
Yeah, maybe. Well, here's the end of an era. AOL, once the biggest name in internet service connectivity, is ditching dial-up. So for any of you listening out there this morning, this may come as a surprise to learn that dial-up had still even been offered. But I did not know that.
Me either.
So you may remember in the 1990s and into the early 2000s, the familiar, unmistakable sound of the dial-up connection. Chris has a great impression of it. Yes, this was the signature tone of getting online. I am proud to say that I was a part of that in the early 2000s. So, tied my mom's phone line up.
Did either of you have AOL Instant Messenger?
Yeah,
Yes.
had that, of course.
And what was your AIM handle? Do you
It's
remember?
Pink and blue savvy one.
Pink and blue, savvy one.
Yep, that was
What about you? You remember your
I
AIM
think
handle?
mine was like hoops with a Z 2014 because that's my graduation year.
Nice.
Yes.
I don't remember mine.
I was like, yeah, it's probably been a while, just digging inside that brain there.
Yeah.
So, but as of 2023, only about 1% of the U.S. households with internet subscriptions were using only dial-up. So AOL will stop offering it on September 30th. So you can kiss it goodbye.
Yeah. Mom's gonna be happy. You'll stop tying up the phone line.
Oh yeah, right? because she still has dial-up. No, yeah, I was so happy years ago when she switched to Wi-Fi, or the wireless connection.
Is it a thing that you have fights with your parents about, taking over the phone line when you were dialed in?
It was more so computer. I was always in the computer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the computer. Yeah,
Games
the
and stuff.
computer would tie up the phone line, so she'd be
Yeah.
like, "No one can call me. It's okay." Yeah, she had a cell phone, but still, people call her on the house phone. So
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah. All right, well, we're tracking some storms moving out of the viewing area when we get back.
When they found out about Rob's arrest, decided they didn't even want to go to their high school graduation.
This morning, calls for accountability are growing louder. The fallout at the Prairie School Board meeting.
Plus, an attempt to save a dog left 2 men clinging for their lives in a rushing river. See the water rescue.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in on a busy Tuesday morning to News 3 Now This Morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. Obviously, we saw some strong storms come in throughout the morning, causing lots of power outages.
It looks like Alliant Energy is making some progress on a lot of those outages, but still at this hour, some 1,800 Alliant Energy customers are still in the dark. Just a handful of MG&E customers. Most of the outages appear to be around the Lake Koshkonong area and down near the Delavan, Elkhorn, Lake Geneva area, where several hundred customers are out of power in each of those areas. Yeah, that system that moved through pretty strong as it came through just about an hour or so, and it's still moving on out of here.
Yes, so let's check in with meteorologist Savannah Brito, who's getting us up to date. Lots of people will be heading out the door here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, and they'll probably still want the rain gear handy because we're not out of the woods as far as showers go. Well, not only this morning, but today as a whole. We are going to see additional storms and showers later this afternoon. We still have a busy radar across northeastern Dane County and a lot of that orange near Sun Prairie, Cottage Grove, and up near Portland too. That's getting into Jefferson County and also Columbia County. There's also a heavier shower north of Lone Rock, but all those strong storms pushing out of here now, and that was pretty much Milwaukee and now off into Lake Michigan at this point in time. Up near Sheboygan, Fond du Lac, also seeing some pretty heavy showers. As far as what we've seen so far this morning, the heaviest track did fall along southern Dane County and right south of the city of Madison. You see those purples and even centers of red. That was upwards of 2 to even 3 inches of rain. The further north you go, that's where areas didn't really get in on any of that rain, but later this afternoon, I do think some of those northern areas will see some showers. We'll talk about how much more rain that's in the forecast through today and when we're finally going to see things dry out.
All right, Savannah, thank you. Now to continuing coverage of the fallout in the Sun Prairie School District.
The Sun Prairie School Board is facing serious backlash from the community. More than 24 people packed the school board meeting last night, with many parents and community members calling out district leaders for lack of transparency. Now, this latest backlash comes after prosecutors charged former Dean of Students Robert Gilkey-Meisegeier with 15 counts related to child sex crimes. Many parents and community members are outraged.
What transpired here with Rob was a breaking point for my sons. When they found out about Rob's arrest, decided they didn't even want to go to their high school graduation. They were disgusted. My wife and I begged them to go. We convinced them to go, and lo and behold, what happens? Who shows up at that graduation? Making a mockery of it.
The criminal complaint alleges that Gilkey-Meisegeier engaged in inappropriate relations with a student on campus and exchanged nude photos with female students in return for alcohol. The complaint also claims that some staff members knew about these allegations before charges were filed. Gilkey-Meisegeier is scheduled to appear in court next month.
The board also voted on Operation Excellence, known as OE. It's a review of how the superintendent handles communication with folks in the district and the school board. The board voted not compliant for both of those reviews.
The man accused of multiple sexual assaults and attacking a Dane County deputy is scheduled to be sentenced today. 32-year-old Rondino Fleming Jr. faces over 24 felony charges, including 2 counts of first-degree sexual assault. Fleming's sentencing was originally scheduled for last August, but the hearing was postponed after he was found not competent to proceed. He is set to appear in court at 9 this morning.
Happening today, a Dane County judge expected to rule on a lawsuit stemming from the deadly 2018 gas explosion in Sun Prairie. That blast killed firefighter Corey Barr and injured 2 others during a response to a gas leak. It also destroyed multiple homes and businesses, displacing dozens. The specific cause of the explosion was never officially confirmed. This lawsuit claims that the companies involved failed to locate the gas line.
The U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board reports that Didion Milling has failed to implement safety recommendations. These recommendations followed a 2017 explosion at its Cambria corn mill that killed 5 workers. The CSB made 9 recommendations in total. So far, officials say none of those recommendations have been fully implemented. The board also says Didion is not adequately responding to requests for updates. We have yet to receive any response from Didion on this matter.
634 to continuing coverage of historic flooding in the state. Right now, parts of southeastern Wisconsin are now under a state of emergency.
Let's take a live look at the Fox River in Waukesha. Let's take a look here. You can see the water still overtaking the street on the bank of the river. Looks like they've had some rain up there this morning. You can see that on the camera screen there. With the water in the river still rushing quickly.
And in Menominee Falls, a dramatic water rescue involving 2 people and a dog. Witnesses say 2 men jumped into the Menominee River to try to save a dog who went in first. Well, after jumping in, the 2 men ended up clinging to logs for about an hour. And then members of the local fire department showed up. But during the rescue, one of the men was swept away, and then crews rescued the first man. One witness describes the whole thing.
You can see him come up for air, and I'm like, he's right here. He goes back down, and I start running with the current, and he just never came back up.
Fire officials say they believe both men will be okay, but the dog has not been found.
Today, the Monroe Street Library in Madison will be closed because of a water main break. All events scheduled are now canceled. The library's book drop does remain open. The library also has several online resources for those with library cards. Other library locations are open. The closest to the Monroe Street are Sequoia Library and Central Library.
The Brewers are on a roll. They still have the best record in baseball, and last night their winning streak was on the line as they tried to make it 10 in a row. At AmFam Field, hosting the Pirates last night, who were in last place. At the plate, Bryce Terang, and that one is out of here. His 11th homer of the season, his 5th of the month. Milwaukee on the board first. That means Bernie Brewer gets to take a ride down the slide. You'd love to see that. Later on, William Contreras at the plate. He's going to drive in his 6th run in his last 3 games. Brewers go on to win this one easily over the Pirates, 7-1. So that's 10 in a row for the Crew. You can catch Game 2 of the series with Pittsburgh tonight on our sister station, TVW, starting at 6:30. Hey, folks, you have just a few days left to donate to our back-to-school supply drive. We're working once again with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County to stuff the bus to make sure as many kids as possible are ready for the school year.
You can drop off those school supplies at any Walgreens or Boys and Girls Club in Dane County. You can also donate through our Amazon wish list. You can find all of the information that you need over on our website, channel3000.com. Again, Friday is the last day to donate.
Yeah, Josh Breider and Savannah are going to be out there live on Friday.
Yes.
One final push to stuff the bus out at the Walgreens across from the Hilldale. So I don't know, make some breakfast plans. Go out there and, have some breakfast, stop by with some school supplies, and say hi to Josh and Savannah.
Yeah, let's make it happen for these kids across
Let's do
the
it.
county.
It's for the kids.
Yes, we can do it.
For the kids, folks.
We can do it.
All right, let's check in with Savannah here at 6:37. The big story of the morning has been some heavy rain. I mean, the rainfall totals that Savannah has been showing is just the last thing that people want to see after all the rain over the weekend.
Exactly. We had flooding, even some flash floods over the weekend. And this morning, there are flood advisories now added to parts of northwestern Waukesha County. That's areas that already experienced a lot of the activity over the weekend and still seeing some of that. We're still going to see moderate showers push through and additional redevelopment across northern Illinois. These storms are going to move to the northeast. I do think affecting areas down in Rock and Walworth counties to Madison south, but we're not done with the rainfall yet. We are going to see more showers and storms later this afternoon into the evening that could lead to more rainfall totals. Not for everyone, but we'll talk about what areas see the best chance later today, and when dry weather returns, how long that dry weather is going to stick around as well.
And it's Madison Black Restaurant Week as we are live on the Near East Side this morning with seeing what AWA has cooking up. We're going to talk with AWA and also learn about their 10th anniversary celebration for Madison Black Restaurant Week. That's when we come back in the 608.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In your consumer news this morning, Taylor Swift fans can celebrate today. The Grammy winner announced a new album titled The Life of a Showgirl. The surprise announcement for TS12 came at 12:12 this morning. Swift released the news as part of a sneak peek for her upcoming appearance on New Heights podcast, hosted by her boyfriend Travis Kelce and his brother Jason. In the clip, she pulls out a mint green briefcase with her initials TS written in orange. Swift has not released any other information, but there likely will be more details when her much-awaited podcast appearance on New Heights releases tomorrow. And cereal and milk is a classic combination, of course, but have you ever thought about adding your favorite cereal to your custard?
Sure, yeah. Thought a lot about it. Well, hey, a new collab from Culver's and General Mills for all of us. How about this? Right now, you can add your childhood favorites like Cocoa Puffs, Lucky Charms, and Cinnamon Toast Crunch into your concrete mixer. Plus, Culver's letting you indulge in the new flavors with a concrete mixer of flight.
Okay.
You can sample all three for the price of two. They are available while supplies last, though, at local Culver's. Get in on this, folks. I mean, I don't imagine this lasting very long at all.
Yeah, not at all, but at least there's an easy fix if they do run out.
You just put your own in, right?
Yeah, you know, get the vanilla or chocolate, whatever you desire, get your favorite, and boom.
You're not going to be in line, though. You don't like cereal that much?
I'm not a big cereal fan, but I love Culver's custard.
Oh, it's so good.
It's my weakness, honestly.
So good.
It's my weakness.
All right, 6:43. We've been keeping our eye on power outages. At this hour, 1,800 Alliant customers are in the dark. Most of them are just southeast of Madison or over towards Lake Koshkonong, and then we've got a few hundred outages over near the Delavan area. They are improving, though. A lot fewer people are without power, so Alliant Energy working hard to get all those folks back online. This is all from those strong storms that pushed through earlier this morning, Savannah, and that rain's not done yet. Some really heavy rain and some impressive rainfall totals that folks just don't want to see.
Exactly. We had serious flooding over the weekend, and that continues to be a concern as more heavy rain still affects a lot of southern Wisconsin. Lone Rock, basically northwest and northeast of the city of Madison, up near Watertown, Fond du Lac. And then, yeah, those stronger storms that we experienced did produce some minor hail, lots of lightning, thunder, and heavy rain, but mainly the 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts that we saw. That's moving out of even Milwaukee's coverage area and over Lake Michigan at this point in time. The heaviest rain did track just to the east of Platteville and then south of the city of Madison, continuing up through Sun Prairie, Watertown, and then just between Sheboygan and Milwaukee. We saw an additional about 2 to 2.5, even some localized 3-inch spots across Dane County and the Madison area, around an inch for the Janesville and Monroe areas. But then the further north that you go, that's where the less rain did fall, the least amount of rain. Wisconsin Dells had a couple of tenths of an inch, and then Camp Douglas, Viroqua, up towards Black River Falls and La Crosse did not see anything. But like I said, we're not done with the rain yet. We're still going to have some spotty showers that are across northern Illinois moving in, and that's best for Monroe, Janesville, so Green Rock, and also in Walworth County. We'll still see a few across Dane County later today, and then second line of showers and storms going to redevelop later this afternoon. The big story was the wind along with the heavy rainfall. Our wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour in Monroe. They peaked at 38 in Janesville, and then close to 50 miles per hour in Milwaukee. You can see these areas just basically to the north of Milwaukee. That's where we have those really, really strong wind gusts, the strongest across southern Wisconsin. Almost up to 80 degrees. That'll be our high again this afternoon. Most of us will reach that, and lower to mid 80s continue through most of the week. The additional showers and storms around lunchtime, like I said, the better chances are going to be south of here, but then a line of showers and storms will come through. I think the better chances of seeing a couple additional strong to severe thunderstorms is going to be basically east and just to the northeast of Madison as we head for late afternoon into the early evening. The good news is we dry up overnight. Temperatures are going to drop to about 60. Some of us basically west and northwest of Madison, maybe even in the mid to upper 50s. So it'll be comfortable out there finally waking up tomorrow morning. And then we have that dry stretch of weather Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday before more showers and storms move in for this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, we've got a few days at least to dry out, huh?
Yes.
All right. Boy, do we need them. Thank you, Savannah. Hey, Savannah will plan your day, but you got to ask her to first. So record a video, send us a picture or an email, share your name, where you live, and then you can upload it to channel3000.com, send it through the First Warn Weather app, Facebook Messenger, or email it to us.
Now to the 608. It's Black Restaurant Week and it's well underway, and we're featuring one of the local businesses taking part.
Josh Sprider is there live, and he is in for a treat this morning. He's got like his own personal chef today who's going to cook him up some breakfast this morning. Josh, tell us about this place that you're at.
Hey guys, good morning to you. Yeah, I'm a little hungry right now because we've got a treat for you in the 608 this morning. We're on Atwood Ave here on the Near East Side, and I'm joined by Sharon and Awa. I want to start with you. First off, give us a little sneak peek at your business for folks that are just joining us this morning.
Oh gosh, it's a very inviting place. The dream here, or the goal here, is to send you on a culinary journey without leaving the U.S. So technically, when you enter those doors, you're coming to the Ivory Coast with us, and we take you to a tour in West Africa because we're making a little bit of everything.
Oh, I love that. And you've been busy in the kitchen for us this morning, so let's talk about the dishes you have on the table.
So this is a little sample of what we're going to have displayed for Black Restaurant Week. It's going to be 3 pastels for $11. So that's going to be fish, chicken, and beef, so people can try and see what their favorites are, and you know, when they come back moving forward, they can get the 2 for $7, right? So we have that, and we also have KJ which is a very well-known dish in Ivory Coast. It's chicken, stewing chicken. So KJ really means shake it inside, because once this goes into a pot, we don't open it until it's cooked. That's very much how it works.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Oh, this looks so good. And Sharon, I mean, this is such a big year for you guys for Madison Black Restaurant Week. 10 years. I mean, that's a huge milestone.
It's incredible. We started back in 2016 with only 12 participants. We boosted up to 55 this year. And it's these amazing offerings like what Awa has plated for us that keep this festival growing, that keep the motion and keep it continuing, that has allowed us to expand, and also Madison's just inherent drive for flavor and diversity and soul. And we're so excited to be bringing the 10th annual Madison Black Restaurant Week.
And I think it's exactly what Awa says. It's about trying those new culinary experiences, and that's exactly what this week is about, is getting out there supporting these businesses.
That's it. And the drive of the campaign is to offer a taste of what these businesses have to offer. But the goal is to drive business toward them all year long, to really support these restaurateurs and chefs who infuse our communities with flavor, culture, and diversity.
Oh, absolutely. Awa, what keeps you going here? What keeps you wanting to keep doing this?
Well, it's just putting my culture and my blackness forth, mainly, and just making sure that we give a taste of where we come from to other people, you know, without making the travel. And it's branding, like those flags that we have. It's almost like something to be proud of and something to carry on. So legacy in a sense, right? I made this place home because of my son, who's now 14, and I'm here to stay, right? So the U.S. is also my home country.
Oh, I love that. Well, guys, thank you so much. All right, Sharon, you hungry?
Absolutely.
All right, let's dig in. We're gonna see here which one I come up with. A little bit of sauce on there.
And make sure it's not too hot.
I'm sure it'll be just fine. We're gonna get a little crunch going. I know Chris Stanford loves when I get the crunch on the mic.
That's fish.
That is so good.
Thank you.
I want to thank you guys so much. We'll send it back to you.
Oh, that stuff looks so good.
Yes, Le Délice de Agua. I have actually covered her business before, so I'm excited to see that Josh is there trying the food because it was definitely a different experience for me, but it's so good.
Oh, I hope someone makes it back to the newsroom. That would be fantastic.
Yes, save a little for us.
All right, Black Restaurant Week going on right now. Thank you, Josh. Josh is always looking for inspiration to share in the 608. You got an idea for him? Reach out and let him know about it.
Coming up in the morning sprint, which state is the best to live in? And what a new survey is saying about Wisconsin.
And let's see, do we have a birthday today? Oh, happy birthday, Emily. Hope you have a great third birthday. We're back with the sprint right after this. .654, time for the morning sprint.
The Sun Prairie community is expressing their concerns after a dean of students was charged with 15 child sex crimes. During a school board meeting last night, parents and community members cited a lack of transparency. The school board also voted on how the superintendent handles communication with the district and board, called Operation Excellence. They voted not compliant to both reviews.
A new Wallet Hub survey finding Wisconsin is the 4th best state to live in. They found the overall rating for the state was a 59.66. Some of the major factors for the high rating was because of safety and education and health. The top 3 states that beat out Wisconsin included Massachusetts, Idaho, and New Jersey.
We're taking a live look now at the Fox River in Waukesha. That's one of the several communities in southeastern Wisconsin hit by historic flooding. Right now, those areas are under a state of emergency. The National Weather Service says 4 locations got over a foot of rain.
Live look at the Alliant Energy outage map this morning after those strong storms pushed through this morning. The power company is now working to restore about 1,800 customers in the viewing area that are in the dark. A lot of those outages are scattered, but there are clusters in the Delavan and Lake Koshkonong areas.
Are going to be in the lower 80s. We'll continue to see some scattered showers and storms push through later this afternoon. So we're not done yet. Flooding is going to continue to be a concern through your Tuesday. And then finally some drier weather Wednesday and Thursday with sunshine and temperatures that hover right about 80 degrees. So looking forward to tomorrow, a lot better.
Yeah, drying out.
Yes.
Thanks, Savannah.
Yes.
CBS Mornings is next.